Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity and today I am reviewing Bucket Night on the Xbox One. This is developed and published by Pigeon Dev. So what is Bucket Night? Now, Bucket Night is best described as a run and gun platformer where you take control of a bucket knight who's in search for the Holy Grail so he can buy a house after the bank refused him a loan, the Swines. The game itself has already been on Steam since September 2019, and this is a direct port that boasts 25 levels and a limited collection of guns. The game's premise is actually pretty simple. As I mentioned earlier, you want to buy a house, but a house costs money and the bank isn't going to lend you money for nothing. So you decide to search for the Holy Grail in order to sell it and buy a house. Pretty basic, but the story isn't what this game is all about. And this leads me on to the gameplay. Now, the game comes with no tutorials, so working out what buttons to press and what the collectibles do is a part of the course. You start by dropping out of a portal, and it's up to you to get through the current level, gunning down enemies, collecting coins, and avoiding hazards to get to the subsequent portal at the end in order to finish it. The control system here is a bit strange, with Y restarting the level and X opening a menu up to allow you to purchase guns. This can be a bit of a nightmare early on when the control system isn't ingrained to memory and you accidentally press Y and find yourself at the beginning again. The B button is your standard jump button, but pressing it again quickly but not too quickly will allow a double jump. Perfecting the timing of this button is going to be one of the hardest elements you'll find in this game. Now, this has a late 80s sense of platforming controls, which for some is going to be a bit unnerving. However, for me, this helps the game's overall theme as it pushes the player into concentrating and focusing more. An options screen that would show off the controller layout or even options to change the button's binds would be appreciated, however. The game's level design is actually nice enough, with its loot and keys being spread out to ensure that you need to explore to find your way out. The levels also change dramatically, with fast platform levels being added to really change things up from your standard search and gun. Levels are mostly easy to complete and can be done in about 5 to 10 minutes. Each level though has special care in its design, specifically the location of health items and general enemy placement. Now, speaking of enemies, there is a limited but varied collection, with each one having a special attack that will need to be countered. These come as general gunners who can hit you at distance, flying bat/skulls at prominent jump locations, and suicide bombers ready to take you out as soon as they spot you. Loot in this game come in the form of coins, and they are a big thing. Collecting a large amount will allow you to unlock 3 more guns besides your trusty pistol as you progress. The guns available are a machine gun, a shotgun and a minigun, and from the sounds of it you'd think this sounds amazing. However, each of these weapons don't really add much to the variance of the gameplay. Machine gun and the minigun just add a short burst to the weapon, which I soon ignored when I worked out pressing fire more quickly was actually more effective. I do believe that the minigun does provide a bit more of a hitting distance than the machine gun. The shotgun, however, is pretty much the only weapon that changes things up, as this provides an angular spread and a +1 to damage. This was great for hitting enemies on ledges or pits without having to jump down and face getting hurt by their weapons. It soon became my weapon of choice and one I used to the very end. And now for the graphics. From the beginning, you are able to change a CRT view, old TV replica for you youngsters, or just a normal flat version. For those who are older, this will bring back some serious nostalgia, and it's also been replicated exceptionally well. However, for others, it'll probably feel very unnatural and annoying. But still, it's a nice nod to us old farts. Visually, the pixelated graphics game reminds me of a long-lost era where the colour palette was simple and the emphasis was on fun. Its retro style is designed to look back to when gaming visuals was in its infancy, and in this, it succeeds perfectly. So, what about the sound? Music here is basic, and there are only a few tunes for you to listen to as you're going through the game. However, as it recycles a lot, you will often forget it exists at all. Gunfire, damage and loot collection, however, have had some nice retro effects that do give the game the bump it needs to feel a bit more alive. This leads me onto the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of a void, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Bucket Night is a great purchase. This is a game primarily for players who want something quick to complete and at the same time hit that nostalgia itch for old retro platforming. Achievement hunters will love this game, and for the price it's actually quite a bit of fun, even with the odd issues here and there, and it's perfect for when you have an hour free. The game is priced on Xbox at £4.19 or approximately $5, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 2 hours worth of gameplay. I think the developers knew exactly what market they were aiming for, and for those who are limited on time and a fan of retro platforming, this will be ideal. For the rest, well, it's a fun little escapism whilst you're waiting for other titles to hit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.